Welcome to the Fun Facts Club. Today we will be discussing some fun facts about the world that you probably never knew. But first, please don't forget to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel and will be much appreciated. Okay, let's begin. Deserts are known to have very low precipitation. And if rainfall is rare, wouldn't snowfall be even rarer? Well, the impossible happened in 2018, and the Sahara Desert was covered in a blanket of white snow. However, the snow only lasted for a day before melting under the hot Sunday. The first recorded snowfall was in 1979, a snowstorm that lasted half an hour. Although temperatures dropped to freezing in the night, the lack of moisture makes it almost impossible to produce any snow. But who knows, you might be lucky enough to see it on your next trip to the Sahara. You might think Coca Cola is something you can find anywhere in the world, but these two countries have been in long-term US trade embargoes, North Korea since 1950 and Cuba since 1962. However, North Korea has made its own dark-colored soda. They call it Ryongjin Cola or Cocoa Sparkling. It has the similar red packaging and cursive font, but does it have the same great taste? Thinking face, let us know in the comments if you've tried it. Egypt and pyramids are almost synonymous, but did you know there are pyramids in Sudan too? Nubia, a region in Sudan, has 255 pyramids, twice the number in Egypt. After ruling Egypt's 25th dynasty, the Nubian pharaohs fled to Sudan and formed the Kushite kingdom, incorporating the Egyptian culture in their new city. The Nubian pyramids aren't as widely visited as those in Egypt. So chances are you'll have the pyramids all to yourself. Jebel Barkal is the most rewarding out of the four main sites. The pyramids there are well preserved and stand beside a small mountain. Climb up the mountain just before sunset to catch stunning views of the Nile. Normally you'd find rainbows in the sky, but the Cono crystals, also known as the River of Five Colors, beams brighter than any rainbow in the sky. Located in Colombia's Serranía de la Macarena National Natural Park, this stunning river owes its multicolored beauty to the Macarena clavidula, a plant that lives in the riverbed. It's best to visit between May to November, when the river weeds blossom in yellow, blue, green and red. They get brighter hues during this time as the waters are shallower, allowing more sunlight to reach the plants. The Sahara again. Trust me, this one's extra cool. The Sahara Desert is known for being the world's hottest desert. However, just 6,000 years ago, this dry land was a lush rainforest with thick vegetation and high rainfall. Although we didn't witness the Sahara in full bloom, future generations might. If the world survives the next 10,000 years, the same constant change in weather patterns could leave the Sahara looking a whole lot different. This ancient Inca town rests on top of two fault lines in Peru. That means earthquakes were expected events. So how did they live through it? In fact, the Incans created a brilliant engineering technique called ashlar masonry, where rocks are cut to fit perfectly together without mortar. This allowed the stones to move in its place during an earthquake, before settling back in their original positions. Genius or what? Between Russia and Alaska lies the Bering Strait. When it freezes up in the winter, you can journey across, with 3.8 kilometers being the shortest end. However, just because it's possible, doesn't mean it's legal. Or safe, as the ocean winds are extremely cold and the ice below may shift. In 2006, two adventurers set out from Alaska to cross the frozen path on foot. They crossed 90 kilometers in 15 days, before they were detained in Russia for violating immigration laws. Asterisk pro tip: don't do it. Having a single time zone is fine if the sun rises and sets at the same time for everyone. However, as Beijing is preparing to go to bed at midnight, folks in Xinjiang are just beginning to watch the sunset. That's pretty wild considering how China is almost the size of the United States, which has 6 time zones. Interestingly, China didn't always operate on Beijing time. Beijing's Standard Time was only established in 1949, a decision by Chairman Mao Zedong in the name of national unity. Before that, in 1912, there were 5 recognized time zones that were 5.5 to 8.5 hours past Greenwich Mean Time. Luckily, working around one time zone is but a mild inconvenience to the Chinese. However, travelers planning to backpack through China should prepare for their body clocks to get a little confused. This is one of the newer facts about the world. In June 2020, San Francisco's beloved Golden Gate Bridge started speaking up about some amendments made to the railings on the bike path. Literally, San Franciscans reported hearing eerie sounds from several kilometers away. City officials explained it to be a case of high winds passing through the new handrails. The bridge is safer for users when it faces less wind resistance. Therefore, the sound is a good sign that strong winds are passing through the bridge smoothly. Kenya isn't the only safari experience. There's another place closer to home that's half the price with its own set of amazing wildlife. Less than 4 hours away, in charming Sri Lanka, is Asia's very own safari. On the open plains of Yala National Park, you'll spot elephants, leopards, and even aquatic birds. Or visit Wilpatu National Park to see axis deer and sloth bears. The best time to visit would be between March and October. Water levels are lower and you'll see more animals come out to drink. Jiufen, Taiwan, is popularly known as the mountain village that inspired Miyazaki's Spirited Away. However, down south in Tainan has a real-life replica of the famed bathhouse. Located in the Breezy Valley Art Village, is the Breezy Village Guest House. It closely resembles the iconic bathhouse, especially with Yubaba greeting you at the front. Don't offend her or she'll turn you into a pig. If you're a big Miyazaki fan, add both locations to your next Taiwan adventure. Every last Sunday of November, this festival in Lopburi celebrates the monkeys in a monkey buffet festival. According to Sanskrit folklore, a heroic monkey helped Prince Rama save his bride-to-be from the clutches of a 10-headed demon. The resident monkeys of the Phra Prang Sam Yacht Temple are treated to 4,000 kilograms of fruits, vegetables, and Thai desserts. What a spread! Locals also dress up as monkeys and perform for their esteemed guests as they gobble down their royal feast. This event is open to the public, but visitors be warned. The monkeys can get aggressive and will steal anything they get their hands on. Here's one of the most mind-boggling facts about the world. When we welcomed 2020, Ethiopia was only 4 months into 2012. Just like the Gregorian calendar, the one most of us are on, the Ethiopian calendar marks Christ's birth as the starting point. However, following alternate calculations of the Annunciation of Christ, the Ethiopian calendar is 7 to 8 years behind. Fortunately, travelers aren't affected by the difference while they are there. Modern-day Ethiopia understands the Gregorian calendar and uses both calendars interchangeably. But if you're keeping receipts for reimbursements, the date printed might make it seem like your trip was years ago. Not to worry though, all you have to do is convert your dates. The most interesting differences are the yearly holidays. Unlike the rest of the world, Ethiopia celebrates New Year's on September 11th and Christmas on January 7th in Gregorian calendar. Based on Singapore's popular travel destinations, I'd think either Japan or Thailand to be the most visited country. Surprisingly, before COVID-19 made travel take a backseat, France was the most visited country in the world. Apart from exploring the City of Love, many travelers also pass through it on their way to Italy and Spain.